I just want to say, fuck Mark Carney. That silver-tongued bastard has me actually planning on voting liberal. Liberal! How fucking dare he? But when he says stuff like this, it makes me think he might actually be a good prime minister.
I've actually worked in the private sector. I know how the world works, and I know how it can be made to work better for everyone. I know, liberals know, that markets, the private sector, are the most powerful tools we've ever invented, and they can help find solutions to our greatest problems. Yet we also know that markets can fall short, especially at times of great change.
See, one of the reasons free market capitalism tends to do awful things like the privatization of crown corporations, the selling off of low-income housing to investment firms, basically everything that Alberta's government ever does. One of the reasons things often get as extreme as they do in America is you end up with people in politics who are good at winning popularity contests, and you have people in business who are good at politely stealing from people. Now, lots of politicians come from the legal world, which makes sense because they are the ones who are supposed to be writing the laws, though in America, now it's just industry groups, but whatever. But businesses have lawyers too, and they can find ways to do unethical, horrible things that are technically legal. And in a lot of cases, laws have been written so that businesses are obligated to do things unethically because what matters at the end of the day isn't whether or not you did the right thing, it's whether or not you made more money for your shareholders, and your shareholders will sue you if they think you didn't make enough money. So yeah, a lot of the times companies, they do too much. They catch all the fish, so there are no fish to reproduce. They injure all the available workers in unsafe factories, so there's nobody to work in the factories or buy the product. At the same time, the pressure of business is that businesses only get to continue to exist if people are willing to pay for things, ensuring that our economy isn't filled with a bunch of products that nobody wants, because if nobody wants your product, you go out of business. And that's why people who buy into free market ideology believe in free markets, because in some ways they work. They don't work in a lot of ways, but I want to be intellectually honest here. However, sociopaths exist, narcissists exist, and companies do bad things. That's where, in a good system, the government is able to come in and say, no, you can't put things in your product that make people really sick. Yes, even if it's only 30% of people, you can't make 30% of people throw up just because it's cheaper to do it that way. And having someone in charge who understands how companies work, who understands how the banking system works, who understands all this free market, but who doesn't have any, at least that I've been able to observe, cluster B personality disorder traits, that's kind of pretty ideal. Now, I don't know how much he'll be willing to put the government's thumb on certain scales. I'm sure it won't be as much as I would. But there's a lot of reasons I'm not running for prime minister. Making 3 to 4 comedic current events short videos a day, my tank's pretty empty. I'm probably not well suited to pore over rules and regulations and look into reports and pick a team who I can trust to not fuck up and make me look bad. That's actually a lot of work. But yeah, so I'm probably going to end up voting liberal for the first time in my life. And it does help that the NDP person in my riding is just not polling well at all. And the liberal is neck and neck with the conservative. And I'm really looking forward to not getting the stupid mailers from that person anymore. Anyway, Carney, best of luck.